Leader of His Majesty's Opposition, Honorable Emmalin Pierre, has expressed reservations about certain provisions of the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2026 following its tabling in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. Speaking to GBN after today's sitting of the House, the opposition leader said she supports measures aimed at reform, but remains apprehensive about specific aspects of the legislation. She indicated that her concerns reflect the broader position of her party as the bill moves through the parliamentary debate process.
I said today our policy position on critical matters don't change, and so we support decriminalizing the use of marijuana or the possession of marijuana. Quite a number of young people end up with permanent records, police records, as a result of possession of small quantities, and we don't think that's in the best interest of a person's development and their well-being, etc., their future. So we feel strongly. We also support the view that there are some persons, there are medicinal purposes for which this is used, and religious purposes. So I respect the Rastafarian community and their own belief. But our view as it relates to implementation is where I think we're probably a little bit off to the government, in that we believe that there are serious consequences for abuse or misuse of marijuana. And so whatever step you take, you have to ensure that all of the safeguards are well in place, all of the structures and the systems are there to ensure that this is done properly.
Her concerns revolve around exposure, prescription, and access to cannabis by minors, areas she believes require careful consideration to ensure public safety and responsible implementation. She emphasized the importance of clear safeguards and effective regulations, especially as the country transitions away from punitive approaches to cannabis-related offenses.
So, for example, when you speak about exempting persons who are going to use it for medicinal purposes, the question is, who is prescribing, right? That's just an example. So we have to ensure the secondary situation. You have one in which a child would be have more access to marijuana because parents are allowed to plant or to use. And so what systems are we going to put in place to ensure that children are protected? So the legislation speaks about what happens after a child is found using, but I'm saying we need to go beyond that to speak about prevention and education and ensuring that there are systems of monitoring and supporting children in a way that they are fully protected as far as possible. So where we are now, I think we should have passed that stage in terms of setting up the systems and structures. So when, for example, the legislation speaks about a national body for drug prevention, for example, the question is, what is that body? Who are the people? Putting those systems in place is necessary before you bring the legislation. And since this was first brought to Parliament as a bill to now, it's almost 4 years, and we believe that much more should have been done in terms of ensuring that we are having reform together with protection. And whatever is done, it's done right. And I'm not happy that sufficient was done in that regard.
The Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2026 seeks to decriminalize possession of small amounts of cannabis while maintaining restrictions to public use and access by minors. Parliamentary debate on the bill is expected to continue as both sides weigh its social, health, and legal implications. Christina John, GBN News.